Sony and PlayStation Studios finally launched the 2019 action-adventure game Days Gone. While the game has met with positive reactions all around, is it worth your money? Namaskar friends, welcome to Illegaldesi. Let's find out. What's key to know about Days Gone is that any review made for PS4 does not do it justice, as the game was released in a buggy, broken state, resulting in many negative reactions. You can liken it to the bad port Horizon Zero Dawn gave to the PC. Nevertheless, let's start. The plot is your typical post-apocalyptic setting where a freaker virus has turned a large population into violent cannibals. The game just stops short of calling them zombies, and you will know why as you progress further along the game. You follow the story of Deacon St. John 2 years after the apocalypse, who's riding out the Oregon Trail, fighting both humans and freakers alike, all the while trying to keep his best friend alive, searching for his wife Sarah, and trying to create a balance between his relation with the few camps that are in the map. The story is not one of the best, but does serve as a great plot to move the game along. The PC port for Days Gone works fantastic and is a far cry from the mess that Guerrilla Games served in Horizon Zero Dawn at launch. The game runs great at high 60 FPS on mid-range PC, and you can note the changes in graphics between different settings without having the game reload, with the textures, the character models, the foliage and everything else looking fantastic. It also helps that the game is set in a beautiful landscape that can remind you of the mountain regions of Himachal. I do recommend using a game booster if your setup is a little dated, but because the requirement for this game is low, I don't feel anyone would face a challenge. That being said, I did note minor screen tearing and frame drops happening from time to time, especially during the horde attack, but also sometimes during solo riding, but nothing game breaking. To give you a benchmark, a medium 30 FPS is what you would find yourself if you were playing it on a PS4 Slim. But for those of you rocking a high-end setup, the game supports ultra-wide monitor full 4K with ray tracing support as well. The gameplay of Days Gone is very interesting. It feels like a mix of different ideas put together, but still unique on its own. My personal take on it is that the combat has the intensity and style that the new Tomb Raider franchise brought, while having the survival mechanics of Resident Evil 2 and Red Dead Redemption. However, unlike Tomb Raider, the combat style does not feel light and might require some getting used to. The health bar isn't self-healing, and it won't take too many hits for you to go down in a fight, forcing you to strategize instead of going in guns blazing. It's also worth noting that sometimes it would be better to run away rather than stay, especially from the freaker hordes. Luckily, the NPC aren't bullet sponges either. That being said, I found my combat with the freakers much more interesting than with humans. The game forces you to be very careful with your inventory, be it ammo, medkit or anything else. Thus, wherever you go, you'll also have to plan your attack by making split-second decisions. The game also carries an interesting mechanic of weapon damage. The only other recent game I remember having this was the Red Dead Redemption 2. However, that does add to the realism and you do have to maintain them. This is a game that encourages crafting mechanics, and things like bandages, molotovs and arrows are just some of the things you can craft. You can also do things for the camps like side missions, bounties or providing food through hunting and foraging to earn credits and earn the trust of the camp, thus unlocking better gear. One thing the game does not tell you is if you earn a weapon or buy it from the store, it will be available to you from your locker. But whatever weapon you pick up from anywhere cannot be stored unless it is with you, and you might be forced to drop it if you want to pick up another. It might look annoying early on in the game, but in time you will have enough bought and earned weapons to not care about that type of thing. Let's also talk about the motorcycle. Now, interestingly enough, Deacon's actual motorcycle was scrapped up by one of the camps and he gets this makeshift motorcycle instead. I talked about this taking inspiration from Red Dead Redemption. That's because just like Arthur's horse, Deacon's bike also requires consistent maintenance. No matter where you go to do any mission, you'll be spending part of your time looking for a gas canister to fill your bike up. You also need to take care of how you drive and try and avoid damage to the bike and have scraps in your inventory to make the needed repairs. You can also take it to the designated mechanics and look for upgrades. This by far remains the most interesting feature in the game and sets it apart from others. This game has a lot to offer for those who are looking to try something different, and I feel Bend Studios has created a good all-round game. I finally can get to see why people want Sony to create a sequel to the point that they now have a petition online. The game got bad press in the beginning due to terrible bugs and glitches, which caused the overall rating for it to be much lower than it has the potential to be. Is it something as great as God of War or Horizon Zero Dawn? Absolutely not. There's always a challenge in creating a new IP, and I feel Sony has done a real disservice to Bend Studios by not letting them learn from this experience and use that to improve the franchise. Now for the main question, is it worth paying a full $3,000? No, I cannot recommend that as the game itself does not merit a full price, and I would have been much more comfortable around the $2,000 mark. Another reason being that this game exists on PC purely for Sony to make money. Luckily, the game has released in a period when the two major PC stores are in the window of sales. While Epic Games is not offering any discount on the game, it is offering a discount coupon that can be used to get the game for cheaper by 750 rupees, which I feel is a much reasonable offering. For Steam purists, there is a Steam sale coming next month in July, though I cannot confirm whether the game will go on sale. However, what I do recommend is for you that if you're looking for an action adventure game that plays differently from all the other open world shooters out there, this is the one to pick. Hope you found this video useful. If you liked the video, hit the like and the subscribe button. Share your thoughts on the game down on the comments below. Press the bell notification to be updated on the latest videos from me. Also hit me up on my Instagram page at illegaldesi.gaming, and I will see you in the next one.